Now, a couple weeks ago, a TTC briefing note was leaked to CP24 by someone. You raised in the briefing note a number of questions about a Metrolinx project. And by the way, I remind you that I am correct, by the way, that the SRT shutdown, if we went with the LRT option, would be paid for by Metrolinx rather than us.
If we went with the LRT.
Indeed. Yeah. That wasn't mentioned, that was omitted earlier. The questions that you raised in the briefing note, one thing was that there would be inflated costs to the LRT.
That's correct.
Was the agreement not in nominal dollars in 2010? In other words, do you know that we would actually have to pay for the inflated costs, or would that be Metrolinx?
Well, my understanding is that because the plan changed to a subway from an LRT, I think my read of the Metrolinx agreement would be that the province would still need to pay for escalation that would have occurred,
but if we move forward with the LRT,
not for the delay that has ensued in the
Councillor Matlow, please.
So the LRT, but it was in 2010 dollars. So the value remains the same.
So all we were doing with this briefing note was we were asked to provide a like-for-like, same year of completion.
I understand.
What would the escalated cost be from 2010? So we applied straight math to the same finish date, and that figure that's in the briefing note of 2.7 billion is a straight math escalation from 1.88. It made no reference to who would pay that.
But the 2010 dollars were nominal. Mm-hmm. They were real dollars at that time.
Yes. So we were asked.
So the value remains the same, does it not?
Councillor Matlow, please allow the staff to answer.
All we're doing, we were asked to provide an order of magnitude comparison between what would the escalated cost be of an LRT for the same finish date.
I appreciate that.
As a subway.
Okay.
So that's
so the value remains the same. I certainly see that they would be paying for their commitment. Last question for you. Another question it raised was that we wouldn't be able to move. There would be some sort of delay on the LRT because we would have to wait for the Kennedy redesign and the crosstown to be completed. Is there anything that prohibits us from starting, or Metrolinx, starting at Shepherd rather than Kennedy? And if so, what would prohibit that from happening?
I'll let my project director answer that.
Yeah, no, there's nothing preventing you from doing that, but...
Nothing at all?
Sorry?
So, well, not us, it would be Metrolinx.
Can you please wait for an answer, Councillor Matlow?
Sorry. Was your question as to when we could start?
No, is there anything that would prevent Metrolinx from beginning construction of the 7-stop LRT from Shepherd rather than from Kennedy?
Okay, that was your last question.
No.
Thank you. Councillor Crawford.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, to the TTC, just can you clarify again, based on Councillor Matlow's questions, can you clarify what is absolutely confirmed in the LRT master agreement with respect to capital and operating and maintenance costs? You need to have further agreement to narrow down those details.
No, the Metrolinx agreement was specific that that Metrolinx would pay for the construction of an LRT. They would pay for the maintenance of an LRT, but that the operating cost had yet to be determined in further negotiations with the TTC and the city.
Okay.